Two fire hydrants standing side by side. One saves a building, the other leaves you stranded. But from the outside, they look exactly the same. A firefighter can tell the difference from the end of the block before even connecting a hose. Because the real reason fire hydrants are painted different colors has nothing to do with aesthetics. On that metal post you walk past every day, there's a piece of information most people never notice. And what makes it so critical isn't what most people would guess. Not just a color. There are millions of fire hydrants around the world. On street corners, along sidewalks, next to park entrances. You walk past dozens of them every day and probably never give any of them a second look. But stop for a moment and pay attention. Some have red caps, some have orange ones. There are green ones, blue ones. Two hydrants standing side by side on the same street can even have completely different colors. Most people chalk it up to the city's aesthetic choice, matching the town's color scheme. Maybe the paint crew just used whatever they had that day. Maybe it means nothing at all. But ask a firefighter and they'll tell you something completely different. Because on the way to a fire, they're making a critical decision based on the color of that cap from the end of the block. Before they even connect a hose, before they even open the valve. That color isn't random. It's telling them something. And once you learn why this system was built, you'll never look at that metal post on the sidewalk the same way again. That's exactly why these colors have been hiding in plain sight for over a century, and most people never notice. The hidden problem. But looking the same doesn't mean they do the same thing. As cities grew, so did the underground water network. One neighborhood sits on thick pipes with high water pressure. The next street over has older, narrower lines where the pressure drops by half. From the surface, two hydrants look identical, but open one and you get a powerful stream. Open the other and what comes out is no different from a garden hose. As cities started growing vertically, buildings got taller, fires got bigger, and firefighters faced a reality. You can't run to every hydrant with the same confidence. Some of them will leave you stranded. A crew arrives on scene, connects to the nearest hydrant, opens the valve, and the water isn't enough. They disconnect the hose and sprint to the next one. Every minute lost in between swallows another flaw. Nobody could tell what a hydrant could deliver before hooking up to it, until someone put the answer in the most unexpected place, on the hydrant itself. The answer was on the cap. The solution was surprisingly simple. Paint the hydrant's cap. But not randomly. Each color carries a specific meaning. The organization that turned this into a standard was the NFPA, the National Fire Protection Association. Think of it like triage wristbands in a hospital emergency room. A red band means critical. A green one means stable. A doctor can glance at the wrist and know the priority before even touching the patient. For firefighters, fire hydrant colors do exactly the same thing. When a firefighter looks at a hydrant cap from the end of the block, that color tells them the flow rate, how many gallons per minute that hydrant can deliver, in a single glance. A blue cap points to a powerful source. Green signals a flow sufficient for most fires. Orange means borderline capacity. And a red cap carries the lowest flow. In a major fire, it might not be enough on its own. But here's the thing. The real point isn't the colors. The real point is timing. Every second counts. Without the color system, a crew connects to a hydrant, opens the valve, reads the pressure, and only then makes a decision. That process takes 2, 3, sometimes 5 minutes. In a house fire, room temperature climbs by hundreds of degrees every minute. After 3 minutes, that room reaches flashover. Everything ignites at once. After 5, the ceiling starts to collapse. The color system cut that decision down to seconds. No connecting, no testing, no waiting. That's why the color on a fire hydrant cap isn't like the paint on a building. That color is asking a question. Can you trust this source? And it gives you the answer without costing you a single second. But even a system this clean has a weak spot. The system's blind spot. Not every city uses the same color code. The NFPA offers a recommendation, but it's not mandatory. A blue cap in New York could mean something entirely different in another town. Some cities have built their own systems. Others change a hydrant's color based on maintenance status. One color if it's working, another if it's out of service. There are even places that use completely different body colors to separate privately owned hydrants from municipal ones. A wrong color means a wrong decision. A wrong decision means seconds lost. That's why firefighters don't just memorize colors. They learn the specific system of the district they serve in. Which color means what on which street? What each hydrant delivered in its last test? Which ones have been pulled for maintenance? Water departments regularly test hydrants and repaint the caps when performance changes. That color isn't a permanent label. It's a living, constantly updated piece of information. And maybe the most surprising part is this. A system this critical stays invisible. Millions of people walk past these hydrants every day and notice nothing. But for a firefighter, the color on that cap is the answer to the question they ask standing in front of a building. Can I hook up to this? It's the last piece of information they take in before pulling out the hose. And sometimes it's the only difference between saving a floor and losing one. Next time you see a fire hydrant on the street, look at the cap. That color isn't sitting there for no reason. Behind it is over a century of engineering. A lesson pulled from countless fires, and a piece of data that gets quietly updated every day. That simple coat of paint helps someone make the right call on the worst day of their life. And you walk past it every single day. We don't give you information here. Everyone does that. Encyclopedias, news channels, documentaries, information is everywhere. We do something different. We pull back the curtain on the invisible systems behind the things you see, touch, and use every single day. We keep asking, why does this work this way? Long after most people have stopped wondering. If that way of looking at the world makes sense to you, like the video and subscribe to the channel. Because even the color of a cap can carry 100 years of engineering behind it. And you walk right past it every day. Until someone shows you.